So we are referring like each of these attributes with a variable. Okay, so we have, you can see we have used like QRST, UV, all this with some kind of variable. Once this is done, okay, this, I think we have done nothing. We have just assigned it all these attributes to some variable. So if we want to refer to like f name, the first name, we can use the variable q. Similarly, for middle name, we can refer to the variable r. For L name, we can refer to S. For SSN, we can refer, if we refer to T also, then also it will mean the same thing. For birth date, you can refer to the variable U. For address, you can refer to the variable V. Then if you want to refer to sex, you can use the variable W. Salary X. Then supersession by Y and Z. This is how we do it. Okay. Moving next. So there is a query. So this is how we use the domain variables. Okay. So here is the question. Retrieve the birth date, address of employees whose name is John B. Smith. So you have to first, what we need to, we first check what we need to find out. We need to find out the birth date and address. So by which variable you can refer to? So if you check the birth date and address, you see it's the U and V. So if that is why if we want to retrieve birth date, so we are using this variables U and V. Then we used yesterday only, we studied this quantifiers. So here exists, this is the existential quantifier, or in the informally you can also say it exists, if there exists, right? So we are using all the other variables present here. So if there exists Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y, Z. So you can just going through these variables, you can find out whichever your variables you are referring to. So that means except from this birth date and address, you are referring to all the variables here, right? Till Z. So whether it's first name, middle name, then last name, all the things are referred, you are referring to. Okay. Then what is the condition? Whose name is John B. Smith. So, and where the first name equal to John and R is the middle name, right? R equal to B and S equal to Smith. Okay. Then what we do? We close the bracket. So here it started, here it ended. And this is the this is the closing brace is for this employee. Okay. Alternatively, if we can write in this way also, as though you want to don't want to use such a long description, you can also do it in this manner. So you want to like UV employee of, you mention it here only. So in place of this Q, you write John B. Smith, then TUV, everything you write, and that is how you retrieve it. This is the domain variable. So one of the forms, this is how we write the domain relational calculus. Should I explain once more?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. In domain relational calculus, what we do, given a relation, that is a table, okay, you first assign variables, you assign variable to the attributes. So what are the attributes are here, like F name, M init, then L name, SSN, and so on. So what we do, we first assign some variables. So we are using like Q, R, S, T, U, V, we are assigning it. Now, because every time it's not possible for us to like refer to these names, right, attribute names. So that is why we assign the variables. So it will be easy and it will be shortened form of that one, right? Now there is a question, right? You want to retrieve the birth date and address of all employees whose name is John B. Smith. Okay, so if you want to find, so you should find out which variable refers to birth date and address. So you have this one, birth date is U and address is V. Here we know what do we mention in couple relation and calculus also, the variable we wanted to retrieve, the tuple we wanted to reply. Here also same thing, we'll mention the tuple which we want to retrieve, the attributes which we want to retrieve. So we want to, in the question only it's mentioned, retrieve the birth date and address. So it will be here on the left side. Okay, then we will mention what are the other things that are mentioned in the table. Okay, employee table. So we write that one. If there exists Q, R, so all these variables we mention, and then we write the because if you go by the syntax, you see you have written it here, and then we have the condition. So condition, it's employee of QRST. So you write in this way, and then you mention the what is the criteria you have, like what's the who you will find the birth date and address of which person, that is whose first name is John, last middle name is B, and S is Smith, that is the last name is Smith. If you think then this is very a complicated way, like we don't understand it, simply by going by the going by the like syntax, this one you can simply write in this manner also. In this case, what you do, you directly replace the variable instead of writing there exists and everything again, repeating all this. So you mention over here in the condition part only, you just change the variables with the like the actual names. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now which part you haven't understood? If you like this is a bit complicated one, you can go for this one. You want to find the birth date and address, then you write the from which table, employee table, right? Name of the table was employee. Okay, employee whose first name is, you know, the first variable. So first variable was Q, so it's the first name. So you just replace it the values with this one. First name is John, B Smith,
Am I
and
understood?
yes, yes, Prashant, Avinash, yeah,
Am I understood?
okay. What about
Understood, ma'am.
others? See, please, if you are getting confused with this one, this convention, not to worry, not to worry. Just check the simple one. Nothing we did. We have taken the variables UV because we have like assigned the variables to the attributes birth date and address. Okay. Then what we did, we took the from the table, such that from the table then we replace the first name, middle name, and last name with this value John B. Smith. Nothing else. We have just written it, and others will be same. This is a condition, right? Same thing. Anyone did not understand? Those who joined late. What about girls? Longkir, did you understand? You joined late, right? Ketutumuni and Ankita also. What about Kaushik? Are you understanding the things, because you have missed lot of classes? Safir, say yes or no that you have understood. No, like even in the chat or something. Your phone is on and you people all left. Not getting. You people must be sleeping today. Okay, just repeat. Let me repeat once more. Okay, just you need to first assign variable names to the attributes. We assign the variables, attribute some variables, and that after that we use that. Suppose we are because this word test is referring to you, V is referring to address, then we are finding the employee, and we replace those variables in the same order, that is the first name John B. Smith, and we write in the same manner all the variables. Okay, these are the domain variables. Okay, next we have the atoms in domain relational calculus. So what is the formula? So we know the formula is made of atoms or single units, right? So the atoms of a formula can one of the following. So in the like tuple relational calculus also we have seen certain formulas. So these are the formulas similar to that one only when we have like operators. So we have three there also, and here also we have three formulas only, three cases actually. So here you find an atom of the form R of x1, x2, xj, where R is the name of a relation. We know this is the name of the relation of degree j, and xi, which is where I is less than greater than 1 but less than or equal to j, is a domain variable. We know this is a domain variable, very clear to us, right? This is the relation name and this is the domain variable. An atom of the form xi op xj, where op is one of the comparison operators in the set. So this op actually is this any comparison operator. So comparison operators, we know that it's like equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, are all the comparison operators, right? And what does this xi and xj refer to? These are nothing but the domain variables. Okay. Similarly, the last one is XIOPC. So see here, OP refers to the same thing. Okay, OP refers to all the comparison operators. Just now we discussed about this equal to, less than, greater than symbols. But this C means the constant. Okay, so any constant, when you go for this you can add with some like use this like xi equal to 5. So what we did was the third formula only. We have assigned it, right? Instead in this case, if we would have assigned, see, we have used the assignment operators here. Okay. So this is the but we have used something domain variables. So these are the formulas we are using. Now, as in tuple calculus, now these atoms will either evaluate to true and false. So all these expressions will evaluate to either true and false. So when is the case? So in case 1, that is we are talking about this case. Okay, when it will be true, if the domain variables are assigned values corresponding to a tuple of specified relation, then it will be true. Like this one. Yes. See. Okay, when the domain variables are like equal to the corresponding relation, then it will be true. Otherwise, and for the other two cases, like the case 2, we have an like we are adding like we are equal to two domain variables where we assigning or we are using any comparison in the domain variable. In that case, what happens if these expressions, if both the assignments are equal, if that is greater than, if the expression matches, then only it will be true, otherwise it will be false. And similarly here also, if the if the value matches with the expression, then only we have the condition as true. So it's written that if the domain variables are assigned values that satisfy the condition, so these are the two conditions, then we can then the atom will be, that the formula will be true. So we have another example. So we have another relation named loan. So here this loan table consists of the attributes loan number, branch name and amount. Okay, so there are some certain values also. Now here we have the last question here, like find all loan numbers for loans with an amount greater than rupees 1200. Okay, so if you want to find like amount greater than 1200, so what do you want to find? The loan number. So we have to find this loan number. So we are referring to this variable, like we can take a domain variable L, this one is L, branch name as B and amount as A. Okay, so we have to find the what loan number, such that there exists B, that is branch name, and there exists amount and of which table? Loan, then LBA, that is the loan number, branch name and amount. And what is the other condition? That amount must be greater than 1200. So this is the convention they have used. So any confusion? Yes, any confusion?
Oh, ma'am.
Understood? So this was
No,
all
ma'am.
about the domain relational calculus. Let me check if you understood or not. No, ma'am. Okay, Sahil did not understand. Okay, I'll explain. What about others? Okay. Okay. I got it. See, here, let me just wait. Yeah, I'll explain. So here what we do, I think my screen is visible, right? So here we need to, like the before one, like the earlier one, earlier example, here I have assigned some value. So here also I'll have to assign some value to it. Okay, let me then first write and I'll give you example of it. Where is it? That's it. This is up. This is the L I take. Yeah. Suppose this is too small and L. Let it be. This is L, and I'll take one more. One, two. This is B. F like one, and this is A. Okay. So we will, like we are referring when we are using the domain variable, like we are taking L, we are referring to loan number, we are taking to B and A. So what was in the query? The question was something like that. We need to retrieve the loan number whose amount is greater than 1200 rupees. Okay. So if we, that means it will we need to retrieve these three columns, these three tuples. Okay, like L14, L14, L15, L16, because it's greater than, amount is greater than 1200. That is how manually we do it, right? So how do we find in domain relational calculus? So we have to think it that what we need to retrieve. We need to retrieve the L, loan number. So that is why what we do is we write on the left. We need to whatever the variables we need to retrieve, we write on the left. Okay, then we use this. This is a pipe operator, but generally we say it is such that. Okay. So what do we do? Such that this table consists from which table we need to find out, because loan table, and this loan table consists of other attributes too. It consists of branch name and account also. Okay, so we need to mention that one also. We are mentioning that one also. So that is why we need to find the loan number such that there exists a branch name and there exists a amount. Okay, then we write the loan table condition, that is a loan of LBA. So what, loan is the name of the relation. Loan is the name of the relation, and then we mention under the inside the bracket we mention all the attributes present in the loan. So it is the LBA. Okay, so what is the, it's the LBA, of course. Okay, now till this point clear or not? Till this much clear or not? Till this much? Leave about the end part.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now we know we in the tuple relational calculus also we use some kind of logical relation, like logical operator, to add a condition. So we had, like for this one we have to find what is the criteria. We have to find the loan number of those like whose amount is greater than 1200. So it's greater than 1200. So we add this and logical operator, and normally we are referring to this A as the, we know it's the amount number which is greater than 1200. Then we close this condition. Okay, so this loan is now closed and the entire table is closed right now. Anyone not clear still? Is it clear or not?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Let me say who are the people who said. Lonkir, now are you clear? You said not. Lonkir, is it clear? Should I repeat once more? See, domain relational calculus, always remember that when given a relation, we need to first assign some domain variables to it. Okay, and then we can just write it in this query. So both the tuple relational calculus and domain relation calculus looks the same way. Okay, both are declarative. So here are two examples I have taken. So if I get get questions, then I'll try to solve that one also. So here are the two ways they have written. Alternatively, in similar way for our case also we can write in this way. Alternatively, we can write. It is also possible to write. Okay. Then you don't need this there exists. You will write L here. Let me show you then. How will you write? L. Then such that. Then L O A N of LBA and A greater than 1200. Sorry. This is alternative way of writing it. Either go there this way or either go this way. You will get this one. Anyone not clear? Yes, not clear. Anyone? Uh-huh. Can we write in this way? This one? What do you think? Is it okay? I'm not getting any answer. Are you people like paying attention? Do you know like what happening? What is happening? I don't know. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay. What about Siddharth? Siddharth, are you clear? Yes, Siddharth.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you clear? Or you have to go through it, right? Okay, anyways, I'll be
Yes,
sharing.
ma'am. Please.
Okay, I'll be sharing the slide. Okay, and I request you all to also, now you know the things, right? So go through the slide. You will just recall everything, and then you go for the net questions. Whatever the questions are present in, like you will like find some good questions in Google. Also, you Google some questions and then try to solve those questions. And if you can't solve, just ping me, and then I'll help you out. We'll also have a discussion on that. Okay, in that way we will learn. Okay. Okay, so that was from my side today. Let me stop. Let me take the attendance. Just wait. So what I will do, I'll be sharing the slides today, and then you people please go through it. You have one day in hand, and any topic you haven't understood, please ask me, because I'll be moving to more complicated topics now. So better make sure that you understand these topics. Otherwise, there will be very it will be difficult for you people. Okay. So thank you everyone. So you all can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.